suicide bomber has struck a police training center in the Somali capital, Mogadishu. Conflicting reports indicate that nearly 20 people have been killed. Al-Shabaab militants have claimed responsibility for the attack. It claims to have killed at least 27 people. The suicide bomber struck during a police parade. Authorities in Somalia have, in recent weeks, stepped up efforts against the militant group, but frequent attacks still take place. Well, we can get more on our top story now. Let's join in Mogadishu CGTN's Abdulaziz Bilo. Abdulaziz, Al-Shabaab militants claims that it's killed 27 people. What more can you tell us about that attack?
Well, Karen, according to police sources, the attack took place at around 7:30 a.m. local Somali time, and a time when soldiers were doing the last-minute rehearsals. They were actually in a parade. They are trying to do the final touches because on the 20th they are celebrating their 74th anniversary of the Somali police force that since its establishment way back in the early 50s. Now, according to the emergency services here in the country, ambulance service, they are saying that 15 soldiers died in that attack. Now, there are conflicting reports, as you've said, and that area has been cordoned off from members of the public and members of the media. It's been very hard for us to confirm exact the impact that happened, the disaster that happened there, Karen. But one thing to note is, as authorities are doing the investigation, they'll be asking several questions as to why the Al-Shabaab was able to carry out such a large-scale attack inside a heavily fortified police academy in the heart of the capital, Mogadishu. Now, what we know is the suicide bomber was dressed in a Somali police uniform. Now, what we don't understand is, was he a member of the Somali police force, or was he an Al-Shabaab member who had infiltrated and joined the Somali security force and able to carry out this attack? So those will be some of the questions that authorities will be asking. But for now, Karen, that area is under tight security. The police have cordoned off that area completely as they're trying to investigate how that attack happened today in Mogadishu, Karen.
And Al-Shabaab is known to step up their attacks as the year winds down. What measures have security forces put in place to prevent such attacks?
Well, Karen, as you've said, the attack here ended months of relative stability here in Mogadishu. The last time an attack happened here in the capital was on the 28th of October. That's 2 weeks after the deadliest attack here in Somalia that killed more than 500 people. Now, ever since then, security has been stepped up here in Mogadishu. The local Mogadishu municipality has put up some tough initiatives, among them a ban on trucks and oil tankers during the day. That itself has reduced the level of threat here in Mogadishu. But as you've said, the militant group Al-Shabaab time and again tries to send a powerful message as the year winds down. As we remember, in 2014 on Christmas Day, they attacked the biggest African Union base here in Somalia, killing scores of soldiers. So they might be trying to send a powerful message as the year ends here in Mogadishu. And this attack, Karen, happens to take place just 1 week after Somalia held a crucial security conference here in Mogadishu to discuss ways to transition security from AMISOM to a Somali-led security force here in Mogadishu, and it involved all the brokers, all the state supporters, the UN and the international community. They all came there together to show support to the Somali government that they were indeed behind this initiative. But then again, the ever-increasing guerrilla attacks by Al-Shabaab seems to have frustrated security forces here, despite the efforts of the American aerial firepower that has neutralized scores of militants. It is being said that the Al-Shabaab has moved towards the Gedo region along the border with Al-Shabaab, but that itself hasn't yet frustrated the group. They are able to carry out attacks such this magnitude here in the capital. So definitely experts are saying that this is a wake-up call again for Somali authorities, that they need to change their counter-terror approach here in Somalia.
Okay, thanks for that update. That was CGTN's Abdulaziz Bilo there in Mogadishu.